We were here with the Rimage Producer 3 system. This is an 8100. Today we're going to be showing you some tips for aligning the printer, aligning the gripper to the recorders in the printer. As we've mentioned before, adjusting the alignment on the gripper has a silver screw here for kind of adjusting the swing, the forward and back alignment of the gripper. In the front, the silver screw here is will adjust the you can move the whole assembly side to side. So the way I test with a alignment to the recorder is I basically just put a disc in the recorder and close the tray, open it back up, and then slowly manually lower the gripper down. You're going to watch the disc for movement. Also listen if it has to make like a pop sound when it grabs the disc. So the disc moves a little bit. This one moved a little bit to the left here, and you can just press the button on the underside of the gripper. There's a little white button here. This white button. You press that, and it will grab the disc. So this one you can go down, click the button, just to see how cleanly it does. And whenever you're retesting, so from here, if it was moving a lot, you can adjust it whichever direction. So if you have to go front to back like this, you would do the screw on the inside. If it was a side to side, you would do this the small silver screw in the front. This is a T15 Torx screw. The other one is a T10. And you always want to make sure that you close and reopen. This is going to simulate, how the disc is going to come out after being recorded. So if you come down with a little bit of speed, so this makes a tiny little click. It does just a little tiny movement. This particular system is in pretty good shape, alignment-wise. Even if your tray's a little bit off, it makes a little bit of a click sound. If it's working 100% of the time, it's up to you if you want to adjust it. It is nice to have it be nice and dead on where it's nice and cleanly picking. So this one moved a tiny bit, didn't make that extra pop sound. It's only moving like maybe 0.5 millimeter. So I'm going to leave it as is. You do have to have everything aligned. So, if you change the gripper alignment for the recorders, you've got to go and check your printer. So this happens to be an Everest printer. Gripping is the same as with a Prism, where it's got 3 pins. You want to make sure that the pin in the center here, the disc should have just a tiny bit of room, between the pin and the disc. If it's too close, your disc gets placed on top and it can't grab the disc. And that's what will happen if your gripper is too far towards the printer. When you try to close, when it tries to grab it, these fingers won't pinch it. So that's basically what you want, is just enough space between the pin and the disc, so that it doesn't grab, or it doesn't sit on top of that pin. And to test this alignment, what I like to do is just press the button to grab the disc, have it go in, and then have it come back out. And then you could do the same test where you just lower the gripper manually. You can watch how much the disc moves when it does this. Sometimes if you move it with a little more speed, you'll see the movement a little bit better. But basically, you just want to make sure that it can grab the disc. If the disc doesn't move a whole lot when it's picking after being inside the printer, then you've got a pretty decently aligned printer, a gripper to printer. Last test to do after making any adjustments here is the diagnostic test number 3. So you load one disc here into bin number 1. You press and hold until you see button diagnostic, and you release. You go 1, 2, 3 for calibrate. So the arm will drop down part way, and it'll tell you place 1 disc in bin 1, which we've done. So you just press the button one more time. So now the carousel is going to spin around, and the arm will go down and basically kind of bounce and pick and release on this disc. It does look like it's failing to grab. A lot of people get kind of worried when they see this and think the system's not working. That's what it's supposed to do. And it picks it up, puts it in the output bin. and then resets. Now if everything is lined up fine except the carousel, if it's rubbing anywhere on any of the corners here, when it lowers the disc or grabs this, if you hear it rub against that bin, there is another part of test 3, which I'll cover in another video, adjusting the carousel only. And it's much easier. If everything else is working fine and your carousel is the problem, then you can adjust the carousel alignment, and look for that in another video. But that is aligning to the recorders and to the printer on any of the Rimage Producer 3 systems.